Three, two, one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Tuesday. I was gonna say Tuesdays with Maury because I've been doing my podcast recently. Agents of Change. Fortunately, sorry about having to miss out last week. I had some training to do at work, but we're back at full force to make up for everything. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Ian Taylor. Joining me tonight is the awesome Matthew Pertelli as Caleb the Trapper Forsen, the human barbarian. We
Hello,
have
everybody.
Jomo Baker as Marjani Ovion, the human
Oh.
Twilight Domain cleric. We also have Red playing Kenopi Bud, who will not be joining us through Facecam tonight, but is still here, and we'll still be able to hear Red's lovely voice. And as for Michael Mason, who is playing Marius the Kenneth, he just had to run to grab some food. He'll be right back. And on top of that, Heather Chowders, who plays Elandria the Bold, is going to be a bit late, so she'll come when she gets here. Probably around 7:15, 7:30. Who knows? I ain't
We'll
gonna
see.
rush.
We'll see.
So once Michael Mason gets back, we'll get started. Man, it has been a while since I've done this.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna talk to myself like a crazy person.
We all do it, don't worry.
No worries.
Okay.
Did I miss the intro?
Yes,
Nope.
you did. Hi, so this is Michael Mason as Marius the Candif, the human artificer / rogue.
Hello.
And with that awkward introduction out of the way, we'll get started. So, previously on Agents of Change. As the Agents of Change made the move to Lowwood Estate to clear out of any vagrancy for the House Galanda, otherwise known as the House of Hospitality in the city of Eberron, the city of Sharn, within Eberron, party came across a very strange encounter with several mimics, one of which took the form of a chest, another the form of a piano, and the other the form of a carpet. But thankfully the party managed to fend it off, while Kenopi Bud thought it'd be a great idea to head upstairs and take off the shit in their stead. As the party finished their fight against the mimics, they wondered where their Dragonborn friend ran off to, and went upstairs to find that Kenopi suddenly vanished after touching a very expensive looking urn that the party managed to fix at the last moment, hoping they don't get caught by House Galanda in the process after they're finished doing their work here. Wondering where their friend went and finding the rest of the pieces forming a strange emblem for the symbol of House Vidalis, a house that has not been here for quite some house that has lost their what's the best way to put this? I didn't write down the intro for this. In case you
Lost their
couldn't tell.
standing?
Yeah, they lost their standing in the city, and all of its known members have supposedly been wiped out. As the symbol of House Vidalis was placed on a nearby fireplace on the first floor, an entrance opened up, and a strange basement was discovered, where they found several items of use, including a shield with a mirror-like sheen, along with a strange device that the smarter members of the party uncovered could let you pass through walls. And as the party solved yet another puzzle to carry on forward, they found a strange staircase leading into a dark, seemingly endless abyss. Until suddenly, the staircase has stopped, and a mirror was waiting the party at the very end of the abyss. The party passed through the party. Who touched the mirror again? Was it Caleb?
It was Marius.
Oh, it was Marius of all people. So the smart member of the party touched the mirror first and got sucked into the mirror in an instant. As the rest of the party chased after them, they ended up in a world that was very similar to the estate they just went through. The only difference is the ground was swallowed in black as they looked up and found themselves standing on the rooftops.
The floor is lava.
As Marius gathered that this is likely the result of entering the abyssal plane, the party very cautiously moved forward, as they found two very wounded Dragonborn, one green and one silver.
Also dead.
Not dead yet,
One.
as they were very brutally wounded, as they tried to warn the party about several minotaurs with massive wings and intimidating looking axes and a frightening glare. but unfortunately, Marjani failed her stealth check, and the party was had. They ended up in an intense fight with the Minotaurs, having to slay the Minotaurs, but not before. The Dragonborn woman's husband was unfortunately slain in the crossfire. As we now continue on, the party has several problems to face. Who are these strange Dragonborn? How will they help the Dragonborn wife get over the death of her husband? Where did Kenobi Bud end up in this strange plane? All that and
If he ended
more
up in this strange plane.
as we continue.
So
With
we just
our
finished
game.
this combat turn, correct?
You just finished your combat. Combat is
Alright.
over, and now you're recovering from the combat as you see this Emerald Dragonborn woman just caressing her very dead husband in her arms, with tears on her eyes and screeches to be heard as you all still find yourself standing on the rooftop, very confused about the fight that just took place. What do you do?
Well, that is a very good question indeed. So, my only guess would be to start looking around as to a way to get back to our plane, or figure out, is there any way we can help this person? I don't know. What do you guys got?
Sorry, real quick, I forgot to mention that Sir Buffer will not be joining us tonight, unfortunately. So our friendly paladin will be here in spirit instead.
That's okay.
Anybody
Got any ideas?
I'm going to look over the corpses of the 2 Minotaurs,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to see if there's anything of use on them.
Here's the thing about the Minotaurs. Given how gravity works in this realm, technically, I'm
They
trying to
would've
think
fallen
if
to
they
the-
would have fallen into darkness or just fall back onto the rooftop. I'll tell
To
you
the
what.
rooftop by the sounds of it, because that's the way darkness or gravity's holding us.
Fair enough. So yes, the Minotaurs are very much just kind of slathered onto the rooftops as their thick black blood just ruins the whole roof. And kind of begins to drip into the darkness as it kind of sizzles underneath.
Sizzles?
As the blood droplets sizzle in the dark, strange
Oh.
substance. Please make me an investigation check, Marius.
Absolutely.
Can I jump in on this too?
Yeah?
All right.
That would have been an 11.
11.
Unless there's a reason I would have
So-
12.
advantage.
The two of you wouldn't exactly have advantage, especially given the circumstances of your environment, but the only thing that really appears to you is the Minotaur's glaive. He's not really wearing any armor, the gauntlets don't look like they provide any extra defense, and probably wouldn't fit either of you anyways, and it doesn't look like it's wearing any boots either, it just has his hooves out. However, the glaive is a very interesting looking weapon. It's got a green hilt to it, it's kind of covered up in this rope, and at the end of it is this very sharp, almost silvered blade that's just drenched in blood from the recent death of the husband.
There's no signs of being magical.
Or any markings or anything?
Make me an Arcana check.
Okay. And I get to add an extra d4 to this. 18
Not
plus.
like you need. Caleb, this world of dumb magic is kind of beginning to win you over. Maybe magic
21.
isn't so dumb after all.
Yeah.
As you both carefully look over it, Caleb, you're kind of looking specifically for runes or symbols on it, or Marius, you're looking for any signs of magical glow. And both of you find that this is not a magical weapon. However, the material is silvered. Which means that not only, and Marius, you of all people would especially know with your passive history that not only would this be actually effective over beasts like werewolves, but it'll also deal extra damage against said creatures.
Mhm.
Against werewolves, demons, and any creature with basic resistances against
I'll
non-magical weapons.
pick that up, and I'm gonna hand it to Caleb, and I'm gonna be like, "You use two-handed weapons, right?"
Caleb kind of just takes the new weapon, gives it a little. Looks good enough for me.
And this weapon has a 10-foot reach, which means you could be
Ooh.
10 feet away from an enemy and you could still be engaged with it. And a glaive is also a 1d10 slashing damage weapon, but you still add your strength bonus to its attack and everything. So the attack bonus is the same, but the damage is 1d10 plus your strength modifier damage instead.
1d10, you said?
Yes.
1d10 of slashing damage. Okay, I'm gonna put that in my my sheet right here. So you guys go off and do that stuff.
Yeah, so to
As
confirm, silvered weapons are typically effective against devils and beasts like werewolves.
Cog, can you wield a weapon like this? And I hold it out to him.
He looks at his arms and says, "It seems that this one is only statistically built for one-handed weapons. A two-handed weapon is far beyond my design capabilities.
No problem. Just thought I'd check.
This one is sorry. This
No,
one
it's
feels
okay.
like it let you down.
Not at all. I just didn't know what your capabilities would be, so thought I would check.
This one does not know if you're just being kind or if you're serious, so this one will just nod and walk away." And he just walks away, facing a wall. As St. Buffer says, what should we do about, you know, and kind of nods towards the very grieving Dragonborn woman, seemingly either unbeknownst to the rest of you or just pretending none of you are here as she's very visibly crying with her husband in her arms.
Well, my character's not the social type that way, so I'll leave it to someone who has more.
Caleb
social skills.
isn't necessarily the most sensitive type either, so he's just kind of stand over here and look at his new glaive and give it a couple test swings.
Caleb, what do you think? Ooh, shiny.
I'll look to Marjani. She is the cleric of the group. She might have a little more compassion than us.
You're muted, Jojo.
Yeah, Jojo, you're muted.
I was saying,
Jojo.
technically, I am the one who, got her husband killed in the first place. But so, I'm wondering
Yeah, that's a
how.
you problem.
Oh,
you muted
Alright,
yourself again.
fine. I suppose I should do the deed.
okay. So Marjani will go up to her, and basically be like,
Oh, never mind.
I'm very sorry about what happened here.
She just puts the body down gently, very slowly, looks up to all of you with tears in her eyes as she kind of uses her shoulder to just draw away the tears and says, "We're not going back."
Going back where?
I'm sorry?
Don't give me that. You're here to take us away, aren't you? To arrest us for breaking into their home?
Marjani would just kind of look at her confused. It's just like, we're not here for that. I think you have us confused with someone else.
Is that why you got my husband killed?
Technically,
Just-
you're not in the home anymore, and our job was to make certain the home was clear. So we
She
have no
just
real-
looks at you with a raised eyebrow.
So, really, our job's already done because you're not in the home.
No.
This is an alternate reality.
That is true.
So, I can't believe I'm asking this, but seems to have no other choice. And some of your other party members seem a little special, I suppose. You wouldn't happen to know where we are, would you?
You're in the abyss.
What else?
Great bedside manner there, Marius.
Isn't
Yeah.
it exciting?
I beg your pardon?
The abyss, isn't this cool? And he's looking up at the floor.
He's
I'm
not
getting the
lying.
impression this isn't very cool.
It is to me.
Arius, I think you're scaring the little one. I don't
He's
think
just-
anybody else but you likes this abyss.
That's coming from him. No offense, Caleb.
Okay. Sorry? I just think it's really amazing to be on a different plane of existence.
Well, it isn't
Um,
so
Little
amazing when your husband is suddenly murdered by a freak on legs and wings.
True.
Marjani would just kind of look at her and just be like, okay, calm down. Beyond what my...
And you!
Oh boy.
If you
Yes.
didn't walk in here and just left our husband and I alone and just walked away like we asked you to, my husband would still be breathing here. Do you understand?
I understand, but
Yeah.
hear me out. even if we didn't come in, they would have been eventually found you and killed you.
We
Would
would have
they?
took our chances.
You would have took your chances. It's better than. Look, I understand that your husband is dead, and I
Marius-
understand the grief. Yes, I understand the grief that you're going through right about now. But the longer you stay here, would be the more danger that you put yourself into.
Marius
And
leans
let's
over
be
to Caleb.
honest. Do you think your husband is willing to go through all that? You think your husband would enjoy, seeing you ground up like him right about now? Well, no, let me not put it like that. Do you think your husband would want you to, die in a place like this?
Make me a persuasion check.
Marius leans over to
Big
Caleb.
money.
No
No
whammies.
I mean,
Marius leans over to Caleb and whispers to him, I don't think they would have been able to take it on their own.
definitely would not.
Obviously.
I'd give them 30 minutes tops.
You did
I like
the
it.
last 6 seconds.
30 minutes seems pretty generous. I'm
I'm
sorry,
being
I'll stop
nice.
talking now.
Oh,
Wow.
whammy.
Wow.
Whammy.
That hurts.
Yikes.
I appreciate the kind gesture, but if you're not here to help me, then just please leave me be.
Well,
I mean-
how can we help you?
Yeah, that is true. We basically helped you. We didn't, if anything,
We
we've kind
could
of
have
proven.
let you
She
die.
just looks at her husband, looks back at you, and says, "No offense, but you don't seem like the helping type."
It's just like we tried our best to help you as best as we could.
I
You
mean,
get that?
ma'am,
We didn't go and we didn't try and kill you. We basically helped to fight these things for you at the same time.
we tried
I'm not
to save
asking.
you.
We tried to save him, right? But we couldn't. You have to understand that we can try our best to do. We can try our best to save as much people as we can, but we can't always save everyone. That's just the fact of this. Just the fact of this type of things.
Or we could just leave you behind here.
Make me
Just like-
make me one more persuasion check.
Me or Caleb, because
You. And I'll say you
Okay.
have advantage given that you have leverage.
yeah, okay, persuasion.
Oh,
Ungrateful
roll
fucking
again.
ass.
Wow! Why?
She
Come on!
just breaks
Whammies.
down into tears again, and it's like, I understand you tried to help, but I'm asking you, please just leave me alone. I'll find my own way out.
Caleb kind of taps the glaive twice on the ground.
All right, she's made her decision. Let's go.
Okay, let me just check something.
Marius, a word. Sir Buffer kind of steps up to you, Marius.
What's up?
Not in front of her, if you don't mind.
Sure. And he'll
Kind
wander
of takes
down
you
through
right
here.
outside.
Oh, okay. That works.
It kind of whispers and says, "You do realize these are..." She just admits that they are the culprits that entered such a home, correct?
Yep. And our task was specifically to clear the home of said culprits.
So you don't think it's wrong that we're basically letting these criminals just walk?
Well, nothing said we had to take them into custody, did it? It said to
Nothing
clear the home of
said, but whether or not we should is a different story. I'm following your lead, of course. It's just, if it
Well-
were me, I'd be taking her to the rightful authorities.
True. But nothing was really harmed within the household itself, right? Other than the stuff we had to deal with.
Only the
Mimics
front
and all that.
door, but I suppose otherwise you have a point.
So, that being said, I think she's paid a pretty big price already with her husband dying. I think the best thing to do is leave her be as she asks. If she returns to the home, then we just have to remove her from said home.
You
If she doesn't-
have a point, Sir Marius. Very well. We'll leave her to her own devices. I suppose she did learn the hard way after all.
But I really want to check out that other room that the Minotaurs were in, see if there's anything in there.
That's
It
a good
likely
idea.
would have cleared it out already, but I'll follow your lead.
Marius will come into the room and he will look around and see if he finds
Look
anything.
around.
Yeah.
And you see, like, basically, the bookcases are largely encased in this black, dark energy. And it doesn't look like there's anything particularly of use. In fact, it looks like a couple of the bookcases are toppled over completely, and there are noticeable dents and scratches in the wall, presumably from the fight that the Dragonborns went through before you got here.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I'd
All
like
right.
everyone to make me a perception check at this point.
Uh-oh.
Yay! Perception.
Except for Kenobi. Sorry, Kenobi, we'll get to you very shortly.
14.
You're fine. I'm over here.
Okay, so Marius and Marjani, you can hear part of this conversation, while Matt, you can hear all of it, as we are going to make a scene transition. Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
Back at the ranch?
1 second.
Oh, okay.
Kenobi. After you touch that beautiful, expensive-looking vase, suddenly everything turned to black. As you can feel your body, it's slowly evaporating away from your current plane of existence. As you
I
awake,
mute death.
you look up to find you look up, and all you can see is this starry black abyss that goes on as far as the eye can see, with the occasional asteroid flying by, and this endless, eerie silence. As you kind of look around you and find that you are not only is gravity reversed as you're near rooftop, your arms are also bounded by a rope, and your leg is currently being held by a massive bull-like creature that stands about 10 feet tall with a large dagger on his side, and is currently dangling your one leg like he's holding you out near a window.
Huh.
As you also
So it's
see,
pretty slight about the afterlife.
as you also see, you kind of look around and find yourself in the same bedroom, but it looks distorted as the floor is kind of swallowed in this black energy. On the bed, you see this woman, a very pale, 6-foot-tall woman with a long, kind of wet-looking black hair, kind of laced boots, a long black silky dress, and these strange, what look like human hands, but long reptilian claws in place of nails, as she kind of clinks her nails together as she looks at you, says,
Ah, finally awake. Well, I'm anything if not comforting to my guests. So, I'll ask you this, just this once. Please tell me what you're doing in my home, and don't lie. My guards can smell lies from a mile away.
As the Minotaur holding your leg just snorts at you.
Well, I fucked up. I had to join a group of mercenaries, and this was one of our quests. Go here, get rid of the people inside, and that's about it.
Mercenaries? Fascinating. That wouldn't happen to be the commotion I just heard, wouldn't it?
Probably. I don't know. I left them downstairs.
Interesting.
As she looks to another Minotaur and nods, as the Minotaur nods back and heads towards the door, axe at the ready. And she says, "Now," as she crosses her legs and kind of plays around with her nails as she lets out a toothless grin as you find she doesn't have a single tooth in her smile, as she says,
Why would you come to my home then?
Again, I'm paying off a debt, so I just go where they tell me to, kidnap, kill, or whatever they tell me to until I can get out of this.
"Make me a deception check."
What deception? That's
What
Literally.
deception? You said they're mercenaries. They're not mercenaries.
They're not mercenaries?
Technically, they're agents, but I guess you wouldn't necessarily know the difference. And you said you gotta pay. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not know that part about your backstory. So, my apologies.
You're fine.
I didn't technically get a backstory. So, she says,
Well then, now that I have your attention, now that you have a debt to pay off, and you likely know that we're not interested in paying off any debts, tell me why my friend shouldn't throw you into the abyssal sea.
I mean, I could work for you.
she uncrosses her legs, puts her hands together, and says,
Is that so? And what could you possibly provide?
Well, I learned from a young age how to cast magic, so I've got that going for me. I can do this neat thing with my hand where I make claws. Most people listen to me.
Ouch.
Marius cough, Make me a persuasion check.
Well, that's nice, but I don't often hand out job postings to vagrants who break into my home.
Technically, I wasn't the one who opened the door.
But you still entered. When you had every chance to walk away or tell your friends this was a terrible decision to make. Seems to me
Technically,
you're
no,
equally
because if
guilty.
I walk away, they'll just put me on a more dangerous quest, and I don't know about you, but
Oh, so
I'm
you don't
not
think
really-
this quest is very dangerous then?
As the Minotaur holds your leg, holds you out a little bit further.
I mean, it wasn't when it started, it was just go in, get the people that are squatting here out, and be done with it.
Oh, so there's more here. Fascinating.
According to what I
do
know,
like
yes.
entertaining my guests. Would you happen to know of House Vidalis?
Do I know about?
Make me a history check.
Ooh, 4.
You have no idea who House Fidelis is. Do you know how many houses you gotta remember in this city?
Dude.
No
A lot.
clue.
Of course you don't! Nobody knows of my family's name. I didn't expect you to be any different. But alas,
I mean, if you want, I can work on reviving your family name.
and how would you do such a thing? Our family has been lost to time. Unless you know how to reverse it, I hardly think you'd be able to help us, but you have piqued my interest and my
Where
curiosity.
there's a will, there's a way.
If nothing else.
Magic users of all knowledge and reasoning pass through the city daily, so couldn't be too hard to find someone to help dig up the past.
My family doesn't deal in magic. They deal in breeding and training beasts for a wide range of purposes. They deal with making homes for those in need, making hotels for those with coin. But of
What
course,
I meant by the magic thing is
I need more than magic. I need the will to take out a very famous name. And that is something that cannot be achieved with magic, but with will.
I'm down for taking out a name.
I'm sure you've heard of House Galanda by now. Reputation certainly exceeds them, and I've done nothing but to ruin my family name these past generations.
And yeah, House Galanda is not only like the house of hospitality in the city, managing like all of the hotels and homes, but they're also the house that you guys got the job from.
Yeah.
Ah,
At this point, we're gonna transition back to the rest of the party as you kind of
Hey!
you hear this as the three of you hear this commotion going on up above.
I'll just tap her on the. I'll just tap her.
Because I heard.
Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Go ahead, bud.
I was basically just saying, I'm just gonna tap her on the shoulders. It's like, well, do what you have to do. You're gonna move on, and yeah, do what you're doing.
Best of
Caleb
luck.
having rolled a.
Sorry, best of luck, I suppose.
Yeah.
Caleb
And
having rolled a nat 20, I relay what I heard from the thing. It sounds like Kenobi is above us. I don't know. Sounds like someone's trying to offer us a position, or I don't know, guys. I think we got ourselves another fight coming.
like, sure, I have no problem with that.
This one is always ready for a fight. Ching!
Looks back and just be like, whatever you do,
Attaboy,
don't die.
Attaboy.
If you change your mind, you could just decide to follow us. Doesn't really matter. But yeah,
Perhaps I should take the lead, just in case.
Yes, great
Yeah.
paladin. Fuel us with your faith.
I like you already, Sir Caleb. I see a bountiful future with us together.
To glory!
To glory!
To glory!
To glory! As you basically have a shouting match for the next 5 minutes
To glory!
before your
My challenge
voices
is
just become raspy.
A paladin and a barbarian have a shouting match. Fuck yeah.
Marius
Marjani just
laughs in the
rubs her
back.
temples like, oh my god, please, quiet, quiet.
Yes, please shut up.
Well,
Okay,
I guess
I've
that
got it
kind
out
of
of my
defeats the
system now.
element of surprise, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Kenobi, make me a perception check. As I'm gonna roll a perception check for, in my defense, in my defense, Caleb yelled first.
Oh.
Whammies. Oh.
Yeah, definitely. No
Uh-oh.
one's gonna miss that.
Kenobi, make me a perception check.
Okay.
I'm just happy I screamed for glory and not Deus Vult. Then the
Yep.
paladin would have probably beat me on the loudness.
So Kenobi, you hear what is very clearly Caleb's voice yelling downstairs, along with your new companion, as you see one of the Minotaurs walk up to the mistress and whisper in her ear. Do you speak Abyssal by any chance, Kenobi?
Let me double check. No.
Then you cannot hear this conversation.
Wah,
As
wah.
you see the Minotaur kind of begin to pull out an axe and kind of place that on the door for some extra leverage and protection, and pulls out his glaive and waits by the door very eagerly as she nods back at him. Back to the main party.
For glory!
Do I have a
I still
six
love-
dollar silence spell?
Still
by any
love that I
chance?
told my partner about what I'm doing, and they're like, "So you're selling yourself out to me?"
Sounds
Basically,
about right.
you're whoring yourself out. It's all good.
All right, now that we've lost all elements of surprise,
Basically.
Would Caleb know this?
well,
Pretty sure.
considering how much I shout all the time, I probably know I'm probably just
Yeah,
being loud and
that's
obnoxious.
That's fair.
But then
Okay.
And
again,
Marius
my
commenting
style is
about
just crashing through, going through my problems.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
And Lantra says, yes, whatever's up there, they'll probably come find us any minute.
Well, at least they're coming. We can give them a good fight.
We could set up an ambush then.
That is true, but I feel like I said, like
sneaky.
we kind of lost the element of surprise right there. But sure.
Well, they don't know how many there is because they only heard 2 yelling.
Well,
That is
then there doesn't leave us with much time.
Marius will go here and hide behind the wall.
Lantra will
Peering
kind
out.
of hide herself on the other side of the wall. Make me a stealth check, please.
Yeah, I'm also gonna just hide.
Please,
behind,
I
like,
guess-
where
I
you
guess we're
guys
all
want to go?
This
We're
I
all
do have
hiding
advantage
in
on.
We're hiding in the back room and waiting to pounce.
basically, yes.
22.
I will hide that.
jeez.
too.
Come on.
Sir,
Dex.
Saint Buffer is not going to hide. He's like,
15, that's not
Yeah.
bad.
I'm not
sounds
so
about
good
right.
at hiding, so I will draw their attention instead.
There we go.
Nice.
Finally, some good rolls.
Actually, Cog will hide right at the doorway.
alright,
when you
Cog
come through.
will roll to then. Oh!
So group stealth though.
Yeah, group stealth is a thing. That's true.
Do we want to go group stealth?
Let's see how good Cog's stealth is.
Oh, I thought he got a 6.
16. No, the 6 was from Melandra.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's all right. We still did pretty good.
All right,
That's
so
1,
give you
2,
guys
3, 4, 5 over
symbols.
15.
For that, as you're all trying to hide.
Ooh.
Meanwhile,
excuse
back
me.
at the ranch. Change the music again. There we
Where's the George Lucas screen wipes?
go. As she says,
Huskalanda needs to be dealt with. I don't care how, I don't care why. They abolished my family's name for generations, and they deserve to pay. If what you say is true, which I highly doubt, but I'm open to surprises, then find a way to take out Huskalanda's good name, and start by saying that they aren't welcome to my home, in this generation or the other.
Okay.
And tell your friends the same. And if I uncover that your friends have sold me out, that your friends have allowed Huskalanda to take my family's name once more by
So-
claiming my home,
So for starters, they aren't my friends, they're my business associates.
that's
We
just
love you
sad.
too.
But go on.
And secondly, you have my word. I will do everything in my power to wipe these people off the earth.
are you telling the truth?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're betraying us.
So she
we don't know
she
that.
grabs she kind of
Well, I
grabs
rolled
some
a nat 20 on my
nearby
perception, so I could hear this.
she
correct?
grabs yeah Caleb, you can still hear this. So she grabs some nearby tea and sips it and says,
That's good. That's good. Then I won't have to send my friends to deal with your associates. Now why don't you run off and tell them there's a change of plans? And remember, I have eyes and ears everywhere, so please don't do something stupid. I do enjoy company after all, but I think it's time for you to tell your friends it's time to leave, unfortunately.
and she does like a very fake pout as the Minotaur just kind of throws you to the other side of the room. And the one of the glaive just kind of uses his glaive to very carefully cut up your ropes on your hands, as you are no longer bound and tied.
I stand up, dust myself off.
And he
Until
speaks
next
in
time.
Abyssal again.
Is a bit German?
And turns
It's
back
Abyssal
to you.
It sounds German.
It's Abyssal. I don't know, man. It's gibberish. Think of it as Simish. As she turns back to you,
That was
Kenobi, and
funny.
says,
I do hope we see each other again very soon. Now be gone. There is much to be done.
And I leave.
Alright, do you head back downstairs?
I mean, yeah, there's only one way out of the house unless I cast
Alright.
Feather.
You head downstairs, and you don't see anyone there as of yet. You don't see any of your party members around.
Do we know that Kenobi has come down the stairs yet?
You can hear a set of footsteps coming down the stairs, but you don't
But we
know
can't
what this.
tell if it's. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, there was a very distinct weight to the footsteps, so you know it's not the Minotaurs because the footsteps are very light and very dainty, but you're not quite sure who they belong to instead.
Caleb kind of just readies his thing and motions to his friends. Get ready.
Ready is everything.
What do you do, Kenobi? as you're now back downstairs.
I'm gonna go towards the exit.
As walks towards the exit, you know St. Buffer saying,
Kenobi, where are you going?
Wait,
Wait,
Opie's out there?
And Caleb kind of steps out from behind the door.
yeah, it's Kenobi.
as everybody kind of gathers back outside to greet
So-
you, as Cog slowly sheaves his blades away.
I remain where I'm at.
So we've been hired by the wrong people and need to leave immediately.
What do you mean the wrong people?
Wrong
What did you
people.
do?
I met the person whose family the people who hired us eradicated. Their name was wiped from the history books by the people who gave us this mission. So, I'm leaving. If you morons stay, it's your funeral, but I'd recommend coming with me.
We have a job to do. We've done it.
Yeah,
That's it.
so let's leave.
I see no reason. Let's go.
And you trust this person.
Then Caleb says,
I would, but I heard everything that you said upstairs, Kenobi.
Caleb then just slowly steps towards Kenobi
That's
and
not
looks
right.
down at her. Looks down at her and says,
Are you really expecting us to just let you walk out of here after you are going to betray us?
First of all,
Cog walks up.
who said anything about betrayal?
I
Second
heard
of all,
you from upstairs.
and
You yourself said that you were going to betray us to the leader of the dead house. I don't know about
I
you.
said I would do everything in my power to wipe the people who wiped her family's name off the face of the earth. Are you part of that family? Because if not, you aren't on the list.
She does have they do have a point.
Marjana will kind of just step in and
Does
sit
she?
between
Like,
you.
how do we know Haskalanda has done this? How do we
Out of
know she isn't just
character.
playing you?
exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Out of character, did she not agree to wipe the intruders?
Yes, the intruders. She
No,
told us to kill get rid of the
No,
intruders.
he said get
No,
rid
I
of the
think-
intruders. That doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily mean you're going to kill them. Just get rid of them.
Rid of them.
They're not here.
Can I roll an insight to
Yep.
see?
Please do.
Okay. Like, I don't know. Like, in character, I don't know, but still, I just want to check. Nope, don't know shit.
You're not quite sure what to make of this whole situation. It's all too much information to process at once.
Kind of just looks at Caleb and kind of looks at Kenobi, thinking which one she should trust at this point.
Give me a reason, Kenobi. Give me a reason.
Have I betrayed you thus far on any of our missions?
You walked away from us in the middle of a fight.
Thanks
Yeah.
for leaving us to deal with the Minotaurs.
She
Very
also
legit.
has a point.
Minotaurs?
Yeah, we had to face off 2 Minotaurs all on our own. Just to get to you.
You
And
left?
suddenly you walk off from the middle of a mimic fight, and suddenly we're supposed to trust you.
Yeah, that is a
You
good
left
point.
us high and dry to
Our
deal with
ho-
things.
Our whole mission was to come in and get the people out of here. Only the people. Not touch anything, not do anything. Get the people, get out. You guys are
That-
the ones who broke the rule of don't touch stuff, and you got into a fight for it.
I mean,
That
it's
That
hard.
doesn't
sounds
mean
like
you just-
my responsibility
You touched the
to clean up
chalice!
your mess.
You
You're
touched the chalice.
chalice.
You
You're
don't
the
get
one
to
who
say
touched
that.
the chalice, Elantra
Yeah.
says.
You're the one who teleported to the abyssal plane first.
Yes.
We came here
If-
looking for you.
Yeah. And on that note, we didn't touch the stuff. The stuff attacked us. So technically, it's the other way around at this point. You.
Yeah.
is-
I
No,
point
no,
to the
no, 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 no,
barbarian.
no, 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 no,
He
no.
touched the chest, which immediately attacked him.
Oh, so you're gonna
Right.
pull the child method of going like, he did it first.
He did it first. No,
Yeah.
you're the one who went away without telling the party in the middle of a combat encounter, and then got yourself thrown into the abyssal plane. Then we had to come find
Is
you.
this in character?
I mean,
I'm a little bit. I don't know.
you didn't
Like, I
have to
legitimately
come
don't know. Are you
find
trying
me.
to sabotage us? I don't know.
I'm like way too into it at this point.
Marius just stays quiet, listening and watching.
Yeah, he's just like.
If House Galanda is guilty, then we'll need to find some evidence to support it, or else getting rid of them will be rather difficult.
Look, if we do it the legal way or the assassination route, I don't care. Either way, they're getting off the face of the earth.
The halflings.
I don't have time for
Well, not
Caleb
all.
just kind of steps away to calm himself down.
Yeah, not all the halflings are part of House of Hospitality either.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You basically just made, whether intentional or not, you basically just declared war on an entire house.
Entire house.
Yeah, you could basically, somebody could make the argument for that. That's basically what I was getting at. I mean, they're halflings, yes, of hospitality and all of that. But hear me out. If they have influences in the city because of hospitality, then it could lead to trouble for us later on. And, points to
And
Caleb.
half of our parties already want it.
Yeah, points to Caleb and me. Basically, we're already fucked as it is. That's the thing. I know
And
you
me.
and you, exactly. So think of it like this.
So I'm already wanted. What's there left to lose?
Now,
A
I
lot.
won't disagree
How
that the
about
House of
our lives?
Hospitality is a little bit on the greedy side.
Oh, what? You're taking his side now?
I didn't say that. I was just simply pointing out some of their flaws. I'm trying to be reasonable in this assessment.
All I'm going to say is the largest smiles hide the darkest secrets.
Has she offered anything in return, perchance?
My life, for starters.
Oh.
Good.
So this is more of a self-preservation thing.
And she's good looking.
She probably will take our
So-
lives as well.
She will repeat. So this is more of a self-preservation thing. This is more like a.
About that much, Ani. Usually in a
Mhm.
deal like this, all parties are threatened, and let me guess, you told us we were going to help you in this endeavor.
I wouldn't exactly say that. I said you're my business associates for the group that I currently work with, but
So it could go either way, got it.
Okay, so Marjani will kind of just sit down cross-legs, and she will basically say, so we have two options. We side with House Vidalis. Am I pronouncing that name
Yeah,
right?
House
'Cause-
Vidalis is right.
Okay, good, because I suck at these names. Right,
That's
so
pretty
it's,
good.
yeah, House Vidalis, or we can, side with the, dark hot lady that Canopy has been discussing with.
Yeah,
Now-
she's part of House Vidalis.
That's Dallas.
Okay, then. All right. So the halfling house would be what
House
was it called?
Galanda.
House Galanda. Great.
I'll put
Got
that in
those
chat.
confused. All right. So House Galanda versus House Vidalis, and I'll basically say, okay, out of those two, which one is the most dangerous to us at this point?
Probably the house that's currently living.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, no offense, but House Vidalis only has like one member at this point,
And some
Like-
Minotaurs.
and some Minotaurs at this point. House Galanda probably has like a whole slew of influence. Maybe not an army, but at least I feel like they could manage to scrounge up a bit of,
Small army.
small army. And that's not a joke at the halflings. That's legit how we're supposed to go.
I didn't even see it that way. That's
At
I
this
saw
point,
it and I was about to comment on it.
I made a mistake earlier. You wouldn't have been walking on the stairs. You would have been walking on the rooftop because you're still inverted gravity.
Yeah.
At this point, you hear whoosh, 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 the sounds of wings flapping down the stairs. As a
Can we
Minotaur
now?
comes out, faces you all, crosses his arms, glaring at all of you, not saying a
I've been
word.
trying to leave for the past few minutes. They're the ones who've been interrogating me about this whole thing.
He holds out his right hand, points to all of you, and points upstairs.
Okay,
Is that supposed to mean anything? I'm guessing there's.
I go upstairs.
So make me an insight check.
Okay.
All of us?
Anybody who wants to, but you immediately know, dealing with sign language before with deaf members of your community, you understand that this is basically means that the woman she's working for, more specifically the queen that Kenobi's been talking to, wants to see you all upstairs.
Okay. Basically relay that information that the lady upstairs basically wants to talk to us. And Canopy already bounced, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, Kenobi already went up the stairs.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
Look,
sorry.
all I'm gonna say is, you take me and you throw a hot goth woman of power.
Elantra just shakes her head and says, God, Kenobi's such an idiot, and slowly walks up the stairs. And St. Buffer says, well, united we stand, and heads up the stairs as well.
I will also go up.
I'll be the last one to head up.
Yeah.
You're still hidden,
Or-
by the way,
Yeah, I know.
Marius.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
Before I
follow,
go-
Marjani.
I'm gonna whisper to the dragon lady and be like, ma'am, I know you're grieving about your husband, but now would be your opportunity to get his body, get back through the mirror, and get out of that house into the city somewhere safe.
She nods and makes her way and looks back to you and says, thanks, I suppose. Perhaps
I'm
we can
sorry
meet
about your
again
husband.
under much better circumstances. Sorry for my behavior earlier, but given the
No problem.
circumstances. And she sneaks out as the Minotaur heads upstairs, along with Conk, who gets very scared at your arrival. And nearly like puts a blade to your head, but stops at the last moment. It says, "Oh,
Forgot you were there, Marius. Your funds have suddenly been taken away. Over a business deal gone horribly wrong. Oh, alright, we're going upstairs then."
right."
Why
As
is
you-
Marius sideways?
all-
Yeah.
He'll just remain that way forever. As you all head upstairs, as you see this woman again, as she says,
That better?
As I've mentioned, I do love guests, especially certain kinds I haven't seen in quite some time. But I thought I told you I wanted your guests to leave, yet here they stand.
I was trying to leave, and they literally stopped me to interrogate me about you.
My instructions were clear,
Your
get
Minotaur
rid
told
of
us
your
to come
prisoner.
upstairs.
only because you wouldn't leave in time, dear. But now
Oh,
that you've
silly.
garnered our attention, may I know your name?
What was it?
That's
Black
not true.
Black Shadow was what I was going by. Black Shadow.
Deception check.
No, I use that name. That's what I go by. You
What
can call
is
me
your
Black Shadow.
real name?
Oh, I don't give that out. Sorry.
Is that so?
Yeah, I'm not.
But
That
you
that
are-
sounds a bit too sus.
You are very interesting looking though. Are you House Vidalis?
The last remaining spirit of House Vidalis, yes.
And you're hiding out in the abyss. That is
It's
amazing.
the only place for my family to be safe, as the rest of my family was wiped out.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And now
That
House
really
Galanda
sucks.
has taken over my family's name by putting in their own business proposal and running my family's name to the ground.
I'm sorry to hear that. Marius is just kind of like walks over,
I
peeks out
hear
the window.
some of you are less than enthusiastic to help us.
It's not
Is
that
this-
we're not
Sorry.
enthusiastic to help you. It's just, well,
Mm,
it's kind of a tough decision when there's a lot of House Galanda still. Marius takes a peek out the window.
To put it simply, they are afraid of the numbers.
if it's numbers you fear, perhaps there is something we could do to mitigate that.
Go on.
I've heard of several magic crafters in the city attempting to reach the other planes of existence. My
Oh,
men
yes.
have been kind enough to help me this far, as she points to the Minotaurs as they bow their heads towards her, and says, but we could use more of their kind, hidden out in the abyssal plane of existence. Either you can return home and reach the abyssal plane by other means to find the Minotaurs, or perhaps you'd like to take your chances in the great sea of the abyss.
But you have two of them.
And
Can't
they
they
will
find
give
their
you-
friends?
There you will find the men that you seek, and one of my friends will help you reach an accord with the Minotaurs. As he begins to speak in Abyssal, do any of you speak Abyssal? Besides Sir Buffer.
Nope.
He speaks and he
Speak
says,
orc.
He says he's hesitant, but if it will get rid of if it will get rid of House Galanda, then he's more than willing to help. Anything for House Fidelis.
Is it possible to get like a truce between the two of you?
now why would we do that?
Let's see. You are worried about House Galanda basically taking over and getting rid of your family's name. Now, here's what I propose. How about we keep your house intact, as in your physical house right here, keep it intact, right? For House Galanda, but we still honor your name. I mean, fixing it up is one thing, but making sure that people understand the history and the purpose behind it would be another thing. Am I correct?
Make me a persuasion check.
I suck at these, and I've just been this is just me for like the entire game. Yes, finally.
Nice.
Not a bad roll that time.
That's a good one.
Every ounce of House Galanda I despise, but I suppose that will have to be a fight for a different day. Very well. I suppose we could reach an accord. If it means my family can live on in the city, I can't exactly expect they'll be too helpful, so I'd be interested to hear what your plan is.
I wonder if you could claim asylum from one of the other houses.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's more than just House Vidalis and House Galanda. There's House Orion, there's House Lyrander.
Yes,
there's
I'm quite aware of all of the houses, thank you, dear.
Right. So, what if you were to petition for asylum from one of the houses that's already established and strong as protection of the last living member?
I'm not sure what
of
you
House
mean
Fidalis.
by asylum. You have to keep in
Protect.
mind I'm a little bit out of date from the rest of your society.
Well, you know what asylum means, don't you? It means you basically are protected by that house.
And what house would be interested in helping out a old, worn-out house that deals with supplying the city?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we
House
could-
Orion might be more interested, or House Kenneth, since they basically deal with trade in that sort of areas.
True.
House Kenneth does sound very promising. We haven't reached out to other houses before, though, so I can't say I'm particularly eager to do so now, especially given the circumstances. Make me a persuasion check, Marius. With advantage, because you have help from your other party members.
Hey,
Persuasion
Big
with
money.
advantage.
No
whammies.
whammies! Hey! Hey,
What did I
Lantra's here!
Hello.
22, nat 20.
I know,
Perfect timing.
So, to
Perfect.
catch you up,
oh shit.
Jesus. So we recently ran to, after the fight with the Minotaurs, the wife who lost their Dragonborn husband kind of had to basically run off to grieve as Marius told them to leave. There were more Minotaurs upstairs, including this woman. Kenopi, why don't you describe the deal you made with this woman for our lovely new member?
Oh, we're going to wipe a family off the face of the earth and possibly resurrect her family name, if not just keep it alive.
And that's more specifically House Galanda, more specifically the house that hired you in the first place.
Kenopi made that deal to help
Yeah.
ward them off. None of the rest of us did.
We're making a different deal.
And what's the different deal, Marshani?
Basically, we instead of creating like an all-out war, right? Basically, we could create a situation where House Vidalis gets asylum from like House Kenneth, right? We basically, reach an agreement that yes, we can keep the Fair House Vidalis name alive for the physical house itself, right? But we could have like House again name one with a G,
Vidalis?
half like
House
no.
Galanda?
Yes, we could basically have House Galanda basically help rebuild the house, make it popular, but we keep the name itself, and we could also have House Vidalis's name, under protection or given asylum by, one of the other higher ranked houses. I think that's the gist of it, right?
Yes.
Yes, right, great.
I don't see why. That
I
seems
mean,
reasonable.
it's better than going,
better than
full-
all-out war.
Yeah.
And Mike, your persuasion was 10. Oh no, 22.
I had
Natural 20. You had
advantage.
advantage. Hey!
Yes.
She says,
Big money. Big money.
if you insist that the only way to survive in the city is with another house, I'll accept. But I must warn you. Okay, I'm hearing my own voice
Yeah,
on
you're
someone
hearing an
else's
echo.
end. Yeah, I'm hearing an
I
echo.
think- Echo.
Echo.
I'm not sure who's
One,
echoing.
2, check. 1, 2.
Hang on.
I don't
Echo?
know.
Echo?
Hello?
Elandre, you okay, darling?
Guys, stop for a
Yeah.
sec. Sorry.
Yep.
Echo?
It's been muted, so it should be good now.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
So that is the situation at hand, and Marius just rolled a natural 20 as you're all having a meeting with this woman and 2 minotaurs with wings on their backs. As you're still in the very strange abyssal version of the mansion you've walked through. And she says, very well, I suppose we could take the help of House Kenneth. House Kenneth sounds very promising. I assume they're still doing well in this current climate.
Oh, yes.
Caleb kind of slaps Marius on the back a little bit. This here is a member of House Takana. He's
Shut
all
up,
Oh.
Caleb.
Is that so? Then you can make the transition all the easier. This is perfect.
Caleb.
What? Caleb kind of looks around and goes,
So be it. Help reclaim our name, and we can get you anything you desire. This is more than what I've asked for, and I must say, I've done nothing to deserve this, so I appreciate it. All the more. There is one more request I must ask, though. My spirit has been trapped here, you see, but I've been forced to look as House Galanda has ruined my family name for generations, but as I said, that's a fight for another day. And see what's going on in the city of Sean, for better and for worse. But I also noticed that my body has not quite been burned yet. In fact, it's been sold. As my body is supposedly very valuable. I do not know where it's ended up, but if you find my body and bring it back here, I can return to the mortal plane to run my house once more.
any idea where your body might be?
I do not know. It was deep within a mine. Past the mine, there was fire and there was smoke.
The map.
Yeah,
For
that
someone
makes
as
sense.
attractive as you, it shouldn't be hard to find.
To the map, to the map, to the map!
I have a
So,
question for you then. If you're a spirit, are you able to possess people?
so you know that what she's talking about is within the cogs, which is beneath the mines and beneath the city. But basically, it's kind of, think of it like the mines in Dragon Age Origins, like Orzammar. Like, there were once these great wide open mines that have recently been taken over by these strange, nasty creatures of the Underdark. As now the mines remain mostly empty, but a few societies and groups still remain. Mostly criminals that want to hide from the rest of the city to the best of their ability, as well as valuables for those dangerous enough to enter.
Lovely. Sounds like fun.
That's what
You're
you...
a spirit then? You're not an actual physical person?
Unfortunately not, no.
So,
It
can you
could-
possess other bodies?
I can possess my own body, and only my own body. That is the curse I bear for safety. And, I'm sorry, did Kenopi just say... did that strange Dragonborn just say I was cute?
Indeed.
Make me a persuasion check.
Well, she's not wrong.
I mean, say
Marius kind of like,
and
With
just like you.
advantage,
Foot on the
because these
ground.
wingmen are helping you out here.
I mean, we were gonna say it because respectful, but she has a
Marius-
point. She is hot.
yeah, Marius blushes
yeah.
and kind of like is rubbing his foot on
If
the ground. And
the
goes, "She's
spirit
not
could
wrong."
blush, she would, but she kind of does the double hair tuck and says, "Oh, you're far too sweet. Perhaps we can get to know each other more once I return to the mortal plane."
I'd love to get dinner sometime.
Necrophilia.
I do look forward
dead
to the
girl.
first. I do look forward to a proper meal. That's eternal torment of. But she kind of sees the tea in her hand. It's like, I know this tea isn't real. I feel no hunger and no thirst. I only drink and eat because I lust for the taste of it. So it'd be nice to have a proper meal again sometime. So perhaps I'll take you up on your offer, Mr.
Kenobi. Kenobi Bud.
Mr. Bud. It's a very interesting name. As for you, Mr. Kenneth, see to it that your house will be ready once my family makes their return.
Okay.
I would strongly advise that you find my body first, as the House Fidelis needs a leader before it can officially return to its glorious name. But it's up to you, of course. I do not wish to intrude.
Absolutely.
Sure.
I still love that I
Time to find
got
out.
advantage and technically didn't need it.
Yeah, that happens
Yeah.
to me all the time. That's the only times I get advantage. As one of the Minotaurs walks up and kind of speaks to her mistress, and Saint Buffer says, "Oh, the Minotaur is saying, I don't know, we're sure about this, but the Queen seems to be reassuring her that everything is fine. Minotaurs don't seem to be quite on her side, but we have a lot of work ahead of us. So, Queen, if I may, Saint Buffer, at your service, I suppose. So, just to be clear, we not only have to find assistance in the abyssal plane, get you back to your real form, and then somehow we have to find a way to get you back into the city. This is quite an ambitious offer, if I do say so myself. And the toughest decisions in life are the ones most worth taking, Saint Buffer. Strange name, by the way. Seems like it's hard to remember.
Yes, it is. You do.
But I trust you that your efforts will be most rewarded. If for nothing else, then the benefits of the city of Sean. Which I'm sure the master of House the patriarch of House Kenneth, would want most of all.
But okay.
Yeah, and she looks to you, Marius, as she says that.
Yes. The Black Shadow will go and speak to House Kenneth and
But
find
this
out what
one
it
is
can do.
not a patriarch.
No, I'm not the patriarch. You're right.
Oh, you're not the patriarch then.
No,
Yet
no.
you share the Kenneth name.
Well, I'm a member of House Kenneth.
I see. Well, that's still better leverage than what I've had a few moments ago.
Mhm.
So I'll take any help I can get. Now,
Absolutely.
ladies and gentlemen, if there's nothing else, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
All right.
Just
Bye,
get something
Mr.
bow.
Minotaur.
As we see what the other guards are up to.
Right.
Alright. As you guys begin to leave, is there anything you guys would like to say or do as you're heading out?
I did say bye, Mr. Minotaurs.
I'm
I
gonna
just-
They just kind of snort.
I'm gonna bow to the
Oh, Alandra, we cannot hear you, by the way. Sorry, just gotta sell this real quick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you've been trying to speak and we didn't get back to you, but unfortunately we cannot hear you at the moment.
How about now?
Now we can.
Yay.
Vaguely, yes.
Okay.
Just jack up your volume a bit, and then we'll be good.
I wonder why that is.
I'm not sure.
Oh, no.
I can hear.
We can hear her now,
We
yeah.
can hear.
Yeah.
We couldn't earlier.
All right. Is there anything you guys would like to say or do as you're heading out?
I guess just Ultra pays her respect to you. Hopefully that, you get back your body safe and sound. And
And
hopefully,
the Dragonborn
yeah.
is already gone.
Yeah,
The
so,
wife and the husband.
That spirit say she was from Karth or Sharn? I can't-
Sharn.
Sharon.
I'd like to ask her if she knows. Oh, okay, never mind. Sharn, my bad.
No worries. No worries. Alright. So you head out of the house, step down into the abyss, and pass through the mirror once more, and are back in the house just as it was before. Nothing seems to have changed.
Is the mirror mobile? Could I
The
pick it
mirror
up?
is no. It feels like it's kind of something is binding it to the ground. Nothing that you can physically see.
Okay. I was just thinking of moving it to a safer place.
Yeah, maybe we could just lock the room or just
Well,
hide it at this point.
We can with that symbol.
Right.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be much else in the house, as there's an eerie silence as you step out back into the physical realm and back out for the front doors, as you're nearly blinded by the
Before
sunlight
I
that you
walk
haven't
out?
seen in quite some time.
When we get out of the secret room, I will take the amulet off of the fireplace.
Take the amulet off the fireplace.
Yes.
And
leave
you
it the way
can
we found
now
it.
proudly add one symbol of House Vidalis to your inventory.
Okay.
As you step out of the house, and it seems to be the sun is just setting off in the distance, as you still remain on this isolated island in this eerily quiet house. No signs of the Dragonborn and either of the Dragonborns in sight. As you still see plenty of airships flying around, plenty of commotion. As you see, like the rest of the upper city, like up ahead, guys are kind of isolated off to a smaller part of. Basically, the upper city is broken off into different chunks, and the Littlewood
So-
Estate is in its own chunk.
The broken door, I'm going to take the pieces, put 2 pieces together at a time, and mending
As you
until the door's back up and in
spend
place.
a few moments to mend all of the pieces together, as the wood kind of reforms and fixes itself. The paint kind of gets fixed as well, as you kind of see what basically that effect you do on Movie Maker, where it's kind of like a slow wipe to the next scene. That's basically what happens as the paint is restored, and all of the hinges are kind of screwed back into place, as the door looks brand new,
I think that'll work
like
well.
it was just finished up.
Dad, I didn't get to use any of my spells.
Yay.
I mean, you did.
Not here, but technically, yeah.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
Okay.
you used a few of your spells.
But
Oh,
none of
great,
your
she can
first
hear me with
levels.
the headset in. Nice.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but Mr. Ian, does that mean we make it to level 5?
Yes, you have.
Yay.
You haven't handed in your mission yet, but given
yeah,
the
we should probably-
circumstances that there's other things you could do before you hand in your mission, I'm going to say at this point, you are all now level 5.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Second
you.
attack!
In
I've
fact,
only been here
why don't we
since-
take a 20-minute break for you guys to level up, and we'll be back
Cool,
at
cool.
8:40.
Awesome.
Alright.
Sounds good.
Like as a sound design.
See you guys soon.
Actually, no. Give me a second.
I'll leave the music on.
Did I get anything new for this class? Let me check.
I really do love how I just went off because of the whole argument we had in character, and I wind up finding a side quest.
Oh, I don't think it's a side quest. I think we were going to find it one way or the other.
Maybe. That information is only known to the GM.
That's true.
The place I'm using to create my things is create my characters is shutting down.
Weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Moving
Hey,
this
are
site
we
entirely
allowed to do
offline and archiving the
multi-classing?
Yep.
Cool.
I'm Rogue Artificer, so I hope so.
What's a good subclass to pick with the sorcerer? Hello?
A good
Sorry?
subclass to pick with
What's
the
a
sorcerer?
good subclass?
Like, you mean a second class?
Mm-hmm.
Warlock,
With sorcerer, I
bard,
definitely-
anything with a charisma base is usually a good thing to mix with the sorcerer. Just because charisma is your primary stat for your spell casting anyway.
I'm gonna do bard.
So we have 2 bards.
Yay!
Well, I need it so that I can change my appearance.
Fair.
Feats. Feats. Yay. Sharpshooter. Good choice. I need to check. Artificer. So nothing new that way. All right. Efficiency, versatility.
Add 1 new spell. Ooh, what does this do?
I like my skills the way that they are. So I will stick with those.
HP.
I really need this. Okay. Boop. Next.
Why is it only showing path for Berserker? It's showing path for the Totem Warrior. Fuck.
It might be because of if you don't have the books in Roll20, then you wouldn't have them.
Great, I have to start from scratch.
You just have to physically write it all down, basically.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. I'll have to do that another time. I can't do that in 20 minutes. But,
Well, what do you get at 5 is just an extra attack, I believe, isn't it, for Barbarian?
so,
Let me
check.
Let me look here. Barbarian, Totem Warrior. At 5th level, extra attack and fast movement.
So just increasing my movement speed, correct?
Yeah, your movement speed is increased by 10 feet while you weren't wearing heavy armor.
Yep.
And you can attack twice instead of once whenever you make an attack action.
Yep. And then I'll deal with all the random shit later.
Random bullshit.
Random bullshit go. So now I can move 40 feet. Which is great.
Hey, now you move faster than me. I only move 35 feet right now. I now have the sharpshooter feat.
Nice. I'll figure that out later.
launcher with sharpshooter. Intelligence, efficient. Range is now 300 feet.
Huh? There's a whole bunch right there in that bag.
Not give me my +1 to the attack roll. To do it that way? Okay. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, there's something weird going on
Oh
here with
no, I'm
mine.
good. No. 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 No means no, DJ. Do you hear this abuse over here?
I don't know. It sounds like he wants to eat your ass.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Should've-
You refresh this and see if that maybe does it.
Okay.
Let's see. Why is my proficiency bonus not increased?
Thought it increases at level 6.
No, it increases at level 5.
Alright, mine did too.
That's not what I wanted. There we go. That's fixed it up properly. 6 and 6, 77. Hit normally.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
We're having a night of like debauchery,
That's always a fun night.
charcuterie, and alcohol.
Lucky.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
We can hear you. All right. So let's
You
see
are
now.
not going to give that to her.
I have my normal lightning launcher, and then I have my. Oh, that's what I need to add onto it. Sharpshooter adds actually plus. Let's try this again here. Normal lightning launcher. Yes. Okay. Lightning launcher with sharpshooter. Okay. Perfect.
Well, give him one of those margaritas on there. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I think one of the coolest things right now is with sharpshooter, my lightning launcher range is now 300 feet. There's no longer short range to it, just 300 feet.
That was really cool. I can now disappear and reappear somewhere else, and then shoot a magic missile at them. Oh, lol.
I can now make our enemies fight each other.
It's always fun. How can you
Bard
disappear
is
and
one of my
reappear? Did you
favorite
get
classes.
Misty Step?
I only
Elandra?
need to be a bard just to like change my appearance. I won't take away any of your bard thunder though, Red. I promise.
Elandra? How did you...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah.
How did you get the
I didn't
ability
hear
to
what
teleport?
you were saying.
Yep. Snap. No, it's spicy.
Snap. Never heard of that one. Is it a spell?
Yeah. Look at my character sheet. Hmm?
Your character sheet.
Okay, let me help you.
I don't see the snap that you're talking about.
It's maybe it's called Blink. It's something like that.
Blink?
Yeah.
As in the second level spell?
Third level.
Third level. How did you get a third level spell?
Because I'm 5th level.
Okay, but did you not take a level of Bard?
You what?
Didn't you take a level in Bard?
No. No.
No, so you're just straight sorcerer then.
Just straight sorcerer for now.
Okay.
I won't be able to take a level in Bard until the next time I level up.
I was confused on how you add that when you wouldn't have had the spellcasting ability for it yet. But if you went 5 sorcerer, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
And you're draconic, right?
Mhm.
What's magical guidance do?
I don't remember.
Oh, you can tap into your inner wellspring of magic to try to conjure success from failure. When you make an ability check that fails, you can spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll a d20, and you must use the new roll, potentially turning failure into a success. That's an effect. That's an effect added from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
So, fair warning, I've started drinking.
Oh,
Congratulations.
I've been there. I'm there.
Oh, see.
Did you drink it?
I'm drinking this.
Hey Jojo, which description do I put these under?
I am drinking an apple wine made by Barefoot.
Very nice.
I'm
By the
drinking
who foot?
mimosas.
By Barefoot. They're a good wine company.
Okay.
What is the spell name? Wait, I just got a new spell. Why is... Oh, there it is.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and germs. Is everyone
Ladies
here?
and germs.
Almost. I'm here a bit.
I'm ready. I'm now a sharpshooter. Yay!
Alright, so while we're waiting for everyone to arrive, let's talk about what we got at level 5. Caleb, what'd you get by reaching level 5?
I now have 50 HP and can run up to 40 meters while not wearing heavy armor.
40
Nice.
feet.
And what's your level of barbarian?
Level 5?
You're part druid though, aren't you?
Yes, I am part druid, but I
But that druid stuff was a feat.
Ah, so you should also have an extra attack at level 5.
Well, yes, of course. Everyone gets
I'm
an
not
extra
gonna
attack at
remember.
level 5. I just forgot about it.
No
Not
worries.
everybody.
What about
I don't
Landra?
have an extra attack.
Oh.
What? I have blink now, so I can vanish
Blink
and reappear
teleport.
and shoot a magic missile at somebody, and it's really great.
Fuck
She can
yeah.
blink at people.
Blink is pretty entertainingly annoying spell.
Blink.
What does Kenobi get for level 5?
My inspiration is now a D8, and I got a spell that lets me make it where if an enemy fails the save, they see everyone around them as an enemy, including their allies.
That
Damn.
the
That's pretty
enemies
good.
abound.
And then I also get my inspiration dice back on a short or long rest.
Nice.
Nice, very nice.
What does Marius the Kenneth get? Well, first off, does Marius put a level into Rogue or Artificer? At this level?
Artificer.
And what does he get with his next Artificer level?
Oh, Artificer. Artificer level 4. Gives me the choice of an ability score increase or a feat. I chose the feat Sharpshooter, which means now when I use my lightning launcher, I can use my lightning launcher with Sharpshooter, take a -5 to attack, to gain +10 to my damage. As well, I ignore half and 3/4 cover with any of my ranged attacks, and I don't have any short range anymore to my shots, or everything is long range and no minuses. So
Damn.
My lightning
Sharpshooter
launcher?
is one of my favorite feats.
Yeah. my lightning launcher now fires 300 feet.
Jesus.
It's a
Marjani!
fucking railgun.
What does Marjani get at
Railgun.
level 5? You're muted again.
You're muted.
Apparently, right. I got new spells. I took up mass healing words. I took up tongues. No funny jokes. Took up spiritual weapon as well, and I got for 5th level. I get the destroy undead feat.
Ooh, very nice.
So yeah, you
Nice.
can destroy Lord Sierra undead with turn undead now.
Jojo, how do
Yes.
I put the GIF in the description under the attacks again? Like, one at the front and one at the back.
Is so you go to the attacks you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you do is that you go to the core section. You're supposed to be on that section. And then once you're there, you hover over the attack and the gear icon is supposed to come up. Once you see that, you click on it and you scroll down where you see description, right? You just put in the format right there and it's supposed to come up. And it's supposed to go like, once it's there, it's supposed to come up looking like this. Wrong one. That one. And I just wasted 2 spells. Like 2 good rolls, but yes.
I was gonna say, wasted 2 spells.
Yeah.
Is it-
so bad.
Does it count though? Because we're not in combat or anything?
No. I mean the rolls itself. I feel I just wasted like 2 good rolls right there. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
just burnt some of his luck.
yeah.
So I put the straight like square in the front and then
So it's the square bracket, open square bracket, space, close square bracket, and after that you have open parentheses, no space between, and then you just write the GIF, close it, and then it's supposed to go like this.
Nice. Alright. So, we return to the party. At the recently clearing out the Littlewood estate, they have a few more potential missions they could take on. So, how would you like to proceed?
Okay. Did we the mission that we just did we send back the report for it?
Not
Listen
yet.
to
You all that happens is that you just left the house.
Yay!
Hey.
I
Okay.
say we go for the body first.
I think
also
so too.
agree with
Body
Skip
would be a
Yeah.
good idea.
Because if we return and tell them it's complete, there's no telling what the house will do with the building.
Yep.
That is true.
I
yeah.
suppose the sooner we find the body, the better, but I do hear it's quite dangerous in the cogs, so we must be prepared for such an occasion. Of course, I'm always prepared for such an occasion.
Good thing we've got Cog with us.
Mhm.
Oh, yes! Alright, it's a scuffing you do have this one with you, as I am ordered by obligation to protect each and every one of you. And I'm starting to consider going beyond my obligation to help those around me.
Good for you.
Hey.
You give him a pat on the head. As I spill water over myself. That's great. Carry on.
Good for you.
Yeah, good for you. Good comedic timing. Well done.
Excuse me.
Good
Wow.
comedic timing there too. God fucking damn it. Oh, well, it's just water. Anyways, it says,
We'll likely have to pass through the mines first, but I'm sure the miners won't be much trouble. They might be asking why we're heading down there, however.
Business of the Dark Lanterns. They don't need to know.
Aren't you technically wanted?
That's the other
Aren't you
thing.
technically
Yeah.
pretending to not be a Dark Lanterns agent right about now?
Fuck.
That's fine. But
Yeah, by the way, so currently
Do you hear
Kenobi,
me?
Alandra, Marius, Caleb, and Marshani are all disguised right now.
Oh,
Yes, that's right.
I could actually pretend to be my own brother, and that would be a reason for us to be back.
Your
With
own brother?
persuasion.
Well,
That'd
At the
be a
moment-
great way to be like, oh yeah, at least died on the way back. That'd be wonderful. Stop breaking my stuff.
I was gonna say,
Well,
at least
Put the air
If we're
fresheners
going
back
for
on.
the fake your own death route, shouldn't we do it for the actual wanted men, perhaps?
I was just going to say, with Marius being hidden,
You're
because
faking your own
his
deaths
disguise
again?
is completely different. If Alondra really wants to fake her death again, because technically, didn't she do that once before?
Technically.
yeah.
I mean, that's her choice and all that. We have disguises on the others as well. Alondra, right now, you're disguised as a different person too, aren't you? As
Oh,
a man?
I can't hear because of the music. Not really.
What
okay, so I'm
music?
disguised as a completely different
You
person
should
as
be
well.
able to adjust the volume of the music on your own end.
Ye-
Just head to the music
Oh,
note
it's good now.
icon, and you should
No,
be able to adjust the
it's
volume.
the gear icon, actually.
Oh, it's the gear icon. Sorry, gear icon,
Yeah.
and there should be an option, a slider
Master
for
music volume.
master
level.
music volume level. You should be able to slide it
Oh,
down.
awesome. Okay, yeah. Let's do that really quickly. Oh yeah. Okay, great. Now I can
Better?
hear you.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, much better.
Mhm.
Okay. So what I was saying was, you're already disguised as a man right now. Marius is hidden as not himself right now. He is the Black Shadow, and then you have Kenopi disguised, Caleb's disguised, and Marjani's disguised, right?
Yeah.
So really,
We don't have to worry.
we should be okay passing through a bunch of minors who probably have no clue who we are from
Yeah.
a hand touching their ass.
Once we don't really make too much of a big commotion, I think we should be all right.
Exactly.
We should be okay.
As long as everyone can be quiet.
Thanks to Caleb. Yes.
Folklore!
No.
Yes, no, but let's tone it down, Caleb. Let's tone it down.
Folklore.
Later we'll have a shiny match, it'll be alright. It'll be okay.
Oh, two of you.
Folklore! No, sorry,
I
Cog,
unplugged
you're
my-
not part of this. Oh.
Sorry, I just unplugged my computer.
All right. How do
Oh my
you?
God.
So I will move. Do you? All right. So, how do you wish to reach the mines?
Whoa.
You first you
Nice.
have to approach the entrance to the mines, which is in the lower city.
Well, we'd have to travel to the lower city first. Although, first, let's check in with the Dark Lanterns, let them know what's happening.
All right. How do you
Yeah,
proceed to do?
if-
So, sorry.
If we go to the Dark Lanterns before we go to the body, who's to say what the other people will do with the house?
Oh, I see what you were talking about.
Yeah, House
I thought
Galanda
you were
might make a
talking
move
about
as soon as
not
they
telling
can.
House Galanda yet, but I figured it'd be best for us to let House or the Dark Lanterns know what we're doing
The
and tell them to hold
problem
off
is,
telling them.
if we tell the Dark Lanterns, there's a 50-50 chance that they tell the house.
They'll likely inform.
They'll likely inform House Galanda as soon as they can, so I'm afraid
Okay.
Kenopi has a point.
All right. Well, let's head down then.
All right. How do you head down?
Of course, I have a point.
Because you are kind of isolated on an island at this point. So
carriage?
you
I'm gonna,
you could.
I'm gonna jump down if I can.
All right. So you can you can either jump across and take the long way and walk down the city. It's up to you guys.
Give me the bubble.
Well, we're disguised, but at the same time, we shouldn't be like openly walking around for other people to see us. So,
That is true.
Well, let's take a look here.
where is
Oh.
the area we need
Are we
to
at-
go to?
You
We
need
jump off the city.
Down
Yeah,
over
you
there,
you can
so-
jump off fairly easily. It's like an isolated little think of it as a cloud of sorts, like an isolated little cloud with just the island on it, and it kind of circles around the city, and eventually get to a point where you could safely, like, jump across, even for such a dainty little dragonborn such as yourself.
Toss me.
If Kenobi can draw... Yeah, toss me! Don't tell the elf! Not a word.
Yeah, pretty much just jump down to the lower level.
Yeah, so you're back
Well,
onto,
I'm
like,
not
the main
jumping
of the
down
city.
because I don't have Featherfall memorized right now.
Yep.
Well, you jump
That
down
would-
without harming yourself.
Same.
He's talking about jumping down to the lower level.
Wait, what? All the way down
That's
there?
all the way.
You want to jump
Yeah.
all the way
Yeah.
down to Lower City?
No.
That's what Kenopi wants to do.
Why
but-
not?
I
mean,
assumed you
if
just
you
wanted to
wanna
jump.
go,
If you want to do it,
Dude, I'm not stopping you, but I'm not
Alright,
jumping down there.
Ian,
all
really
yours.
cool.
Basically,
Really cool,
I'll
really quickly.
jump and at about 25 feet, cast Featherfall.
all right. Sorry, Elandra, you were saying? I couldn't hear a
Okay,
thing you were saying.
Could I use Produce Flame to fly down there like the Human Torch?
No.
I feel like they
Technically?
would still
That
bring.
It
Technically, you
would be
could,
cool, but I don't think it would work that way.
but yeah,
I mean,
it's like
I'm just asking, just out of
I do
curiosity.
like
I'm not saying
It would
I'm
be a-
going to do it. I'm just
Use it.
saying.
I do like creative.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's
it would
giving
be a cool
that's
death.
giving a high level spell for a cantrip.
I'm going to say no. As sick as
okay.
it would be, it is, yeah, a low level cantrip, and technically you're not made of flame. You just have, like, your body kind of basically looks like flame, but it's not actual technical flame.
Yeah.
It's how the fire genasi works. So unfortunately,
It just
I'm
would've been
going to.
really cool, though.
It
I'm just
would have
saying.
been. I really
can-
want to say yes, but I'm gonna have to say no.
Elandra, you could always flavor it if you get the fly
So
spell.
as you're all
that's how
talking,
you
you see
fly.
Kenopi just jump all the way down and fly, make his way to the city. Getting near the bottom, you kind of sing this little song, and these blue feathers kind of encase your feet as you slowly begin to float down. What is that music?
I think
Probably
we can
been
hear
Bugs
a
Bunny.
lot of
I
music
can
in the
hear
background.
very loud
It's
music in
really
the
loud.
background. Kenopi, roll me a D100, please.
Am I muted? Can you guys hear me?
yeah,
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, I was just making certain. What I was saying to you,
Can I
Elandra.
know? Can I know why I'm rolling a D100 or no?
Just roll a D100, please.
So,
See
Elandra?
if you land in the right spot.
What?
What I'm trying to say, Elandra, is if you take the fly spell at a higher level, you can flavor it the same way as what you just described, shooting flames to fly.
I'll do that at level whenever I get a new spell.
Yeah.
You do need the right spell for it, but you're lucky as you fly and basically land right near the entrance of the mine. What's going on near the entrance of the mine, we're not sure yet, as the rest of the party just witnessed Kenopi flying, just jumping off the edge, heading all the way down to Lower City, as Cox says, well, they're dead, and just tries to walk away, realizing that he also falls straight down.
Yikes.
Are you kidding me? That would
Cog!
kill. That would kill Cog.
No! No! Cog, no!
I'm
That
just
was
fucking with you guys.
That would
He
literally
kind of
kill
stops
Cog.
himself right before he falls off the edge.
We're just like, Cog,
It's like,
Cog,
oh,
Cog,
oh,
Cog!
oh, oh, you kind of grab him at the last minute and pull him aside. I forgot Warforged take fall damage. But
Yeah. Everybody
if they
takes fall
didn't, that
damage.
would have been hilarious. But nah.
Superhero landing.
Nah, fam.
I was gonna
So,
say, that
what
would
do
be
you
a
guys
very
do
interesting
after
ability.
witnessing Kenopi just falling down to the Lower City?
Well, you said
We'll
we
go
could hop
collect
off.
two bodies then. Let's go.
You said we could hop off the cloud onto like the main area of the city without.
Yes, safely
damage.
you can walk
Let's do
onto the
that.
main area
Let's
of the
do that.
city.
yeah.
And
we
then
could-
we'll.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Yeah. I want to keep my blood inside my body at all as possible, please.
Maybe we could flag a carriage or take the lightning rail.
Lightning
Yeah.
rail again would probably be more guarded, even though we are disguised. Carriage would probably be the safest way for us, or unless we hoof it across on our own.
I'm okay with walking, but it's up to you guys.
We might as well walk. I mean, we already used the carriage. It'll save us some gold. I mean, we don't have a lot of gold to spend anyway, so.
Alright. You guys walk continue to walk through the city. Meanwhile, let's see what Kenopi ends up doing as he lands. 1 second. Let's see if I can pull this up right. I'm gonna use this map, even though technically speaking, it's like not the right map, but it's kind of like my generic random encounter map. No, let's see. Give me a second to set this up.
This is why it sometimes feels cheap to either have the ability to fly or featherfall.
Oh no, it's fantastic. I'm glad you did it. It's just gotta pull up some information real quick.
I just love the idea of Kenopi going to the edge, turning to everyone, looting, and then just falling backwards.
Yeet.
Yeet. Sorry, this will take a sec. This episode was brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Not actually. Don't associate us with Raid Shadow Legends.
See, no problem with that.
Hey, if they want to give us a sponsor, please do.
Please give us all your money.
I've never played Raid Shadow Legends, but if we were inclined to, I'd perfectly download it on my phone.
For real though, like I would actually play if.
Oh yeah, if we got sponsored, hell yeah, I'd play it.
It'd be the only reason I'd play that game.
I want to get myself an avatar in it too, just like Ninja.
Yeah.
Need some better music for this.
Ooh.
Alright. So, at the entrance, near the entrance of the mines, as you are heading down to the lower, filthy part of the city, Kenopi, you look down and you see there is a massive crowd gathering at the entrance of the mines with all sorts of signs and labels on their shirts. And the signs range from all sorts of different languages, different tongues, different forms of writing. But from what you can read, most of the signs spell out Warforged unwelcome. Get Warforged out of the city. Warforged should not be taking our jobs. Leave the jobs to the fair-skinned people. As just as you see, all of the miners are kind of huddled up outside the building. Guards are trying to like contain the crowd as much as they can. As you see a kind of like a greasy orc woman and a male orc man kind of speaking out to a crowd. It's like, it's unfair that the Warforged get paid more than we do. They do not suffer the same problems. They do not suffer the same blood. They do not suffer like we do. We cannot stand beside us. They take all of our work away from us. Ah! And all of a sudden, as Kenopi, you basically just fall onto the ground as everyone looks confused. It just turns to look at you. They're like, what the hell was that? And the crowd just begins whispering to themselves as they see this strange display of a Dragonborn falling from the sky. What do you do? There was an awkward silence with everyone. Even the guards are looking at you at this point.
It was the cogs we're after, right? That's the place we're trying to get to?
Yeah, you're trying to get to
Yeah.
the mines, but the mines are kind of covered up by this riot going on in the streets. The entrance is kind of in this direction, but the crowds are kind of huddled up, kind of looking at you. And Orc says, let this be a message! Warforged don't have to suffer falling out of the sky all of a sudden! Men like
Oh,
this should be
that's- I
paid
jumped.
just as well. You jumped? Then how did you manage to survive such a fall?
I'm a god.
Worship me.
Oh my god.
Make me a deception check at disadvantage. Actually, roll normally. I'll say the disadvantage is cancelled out by literally successfully managing to fall out of the sky. But it is also a ridiculous offer, so roll me a normal deception check.
21. Oh no.
And I only rolled a 12.
As a cleric,
Gar-
I feel odd feelings about this.
Oh no.
Wait a minute! Could this be? Could this what? Could this be another Aasimar fallen from the skies? They don't send Dragonborns off to help us. Perhaps now they do. Perhaps they've sent him down as a message. The gods are willing to help our
Look,
cause against the
look.
Warforged! Yeah! And the crowd begins to huddle
Stop.
around you.
Everybody stop. I need in the mines.
Oh! And they just back up a little bit.
And I'm gonna go down to the
Sorry? Oh. So they kind of look around back and like, oh. No, wait, no! Please, don't leave! Teach us your ways! How do we stop the Warforged outskirt? And as this is happening, the rest of the party arrives.
Hang on. They asked that and I'm like,
This is not
you don't
a move,
stop the
I'm just
Warforged. The
listening.
Warforged will run for a limited time and then they'll die off on their own. They are machines. They cannot run forever. Weather, climate, and a number of other factors cause it where they lock up and stop functioning. Just give it time.
Ella, did you mean to shoot that crossbow?
No, I'm not shooting anybody. It was a test.
Jesus, okay, good.
At least with the
As you kind of
crossbow.
walk down and
I
see
didn't give.
you see Kenobi speaking to the crowd. Kenobi, make a persuasion check with advantage because, you know, they think you're a god.
Oh, advantage.
Yeah.
Do I hear anything about the god speak? Because
Yes. That's
I-
just when you walk in.
just gotta just look at Kenobi, just like, what the okay.
Or like,
I'm
fine.
rolling terribly. That was only in a.
well, it's like, well, if the Warforged can't be stopped, then what do we do? We are helpless to defend them! Defend ourselves!
Jump off the top of the towers, just like
Yes,
No,
you're on
you
the-
go, you go and you get jobs maintaining the Warforged. That way you get money and they keep their areas.
So
and
we help the
nobody-
unstoppable Warforged, and we're only helping them because they're unstoppable, not because we should actually help them.
Precisely.
Oh my god, you sound like one of my customers. Stop.
Very well then. I don't think this is such a good idea. Hush! The god speaks! We must lay down our banners and side with the unstoppable force, so they may help us reclaim the city once day. Ah! As the crowd kind of yells out.
For glory.
There's a Warforged now! There's two Warforged!
I'm not a
What?
Warforged. Just go along with it. They seem to like us now.
And they walk up. You see the crowd just run up to you and look at the Warforged, and they begin to do a bow. They do the hand, yeah,
We're
what
not
Michael
worthy.
is doing.
We're not
It's like,
worthy.
we are not worthy. Assess
it-
the Warforged and their demise. And the guards are like,
This is a load of bollocks, isn't it? Yeah, what else is new to these lot?
Hail the King Emerald Dragonborn! Hail the new master race of Warforged! Ah!
Oh great, we just created people who are racist towards. Oh my god, what have we done? Kenobi,
What-
what have you done?
Kenobi
Must-
has entered the mines at this point. What is the rest of the party doing?
just glaring at Kenobi at this point.
Kenobi
just,
is gone.
Mine.
I-
now.
I-
Mine.
do not
Glaring at the
care.
line.
to grab Cog by the arm and work my way
Hi,
through
is
the
there
crowd.
an inn around
The
here
crowd kind
somewhere?
of pulls the children of men, and they just kind of circle around Cog, like touching him. That's like, oh, I touched him. I touched him. Oh,
I will
will the
basically
assault
go.
being hit us? No, not as long as we help them out. They won't.
I love how it went from they took our jobs to all hail.
We
the
must
Warforged.
worship them, or they'll wipe us out. Yeah.
Hey,
Marjan,
we
real
don't like
good.
these guys. You should do that.
Saint Buffer says,
okay.
Well, I suppose I could sign a few autographs.
he begins signing some
Right.
autographs.
Marjan would just look at
I'm
him as
sorry,
like, no.
I just realized this technically makes me the Jesus of this campaign.
No.
I go
No.
down, I go down, I
No.
claim to be God, and I tell them to be nice to each other.
But
wanna-
Jesus was the Son of God, not God.
Is there anything else you guys would like
I mean,
to do
I used to
before
be Catholic, so
pushing
I know
through the
that.
crowd?
Were you a good altar boy?
What?
No, the priest was very, very rapey.
Makes you a good altar boy.
Okay.
Oh.
Moving on from that.
Look around in here. Can't find-
Is there anything else you guys would like to do before pushing through the crowd?
Push through these people and go into the
I'm
mine.
just
I've got
gonna
a
just
job
push
to do.
Hey!
Let's
through
go.
'em.
Oi! You gonna broke my leg, you fuck!
Oh, shut the fuck up. Let's
I'll
just go.
do more than that if you give me
Can
the
I have it, please?
chance.
I'll just
Give me an intimidation check.
At this point, I am helping it because
Sorry.
at this point, Marjani is just upset with this whole
Yeah,
situation.
you get assistance, so you roll advantage.
Oh, is it my turn now to try and get through these
Big
people?
money.
Yeah,
No
Elantra.
whammy.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Anybody
Elantra, you can just
schematic?
move through the crowd. They're kind of mostly distracted by Caleb and
19.
the Warforged, anyways. Yeah, the crowd splits like a Red Sea, like the Red Sea for you. Doesn't cause you any more trouble.
Now
Yeah.
go polish some Warforged.
Right away! Before the unstoppable force stops us, we will assist the unstoppable force in reclaiming the city. Alright, that's enough. And the guards try to break up the crowd as you all pass through the huge gates leading into the mines.
Infiltration successful.
I'm
And
just gonna get rid of
that's,
that.
I'm afraid, since you got through the house a lot quicker than expected, is where we're going to end today's session.
Wah, wah.
But you
What?
guys,
It's only been an hour.
you guys did a fantastic job this session, though. Inspiration point for Marjani for managing to convince the queen, along with Marius. Both of you get a point of inspiration. Kenopi, you get a point of inspiration for your sick entrance and, convincing the crowd that you're a god. And we will see you
That
guys
was awesome, by the way.
next week.
Oh.
That was fantastic.
We can only have 1 point of inspiration at a time, right?
You can have multiple, but my catch is, in my games you can have multiple, but my catch is you have to keep the new roll even if it's a natural one. And natural
Okay.
ones in my games are infamously shitty.
All
So
right,
just
'cause I
keep that
have
in mind.
few inspiration points then.
Yeah?
Well, we can save it for next time. So, until next time, remember, stay safe, stay healthy, stay nerdy, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye!